Welcome to the Roy Anthony and every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is
Anthony
anybody out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank and Cynthia. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank and Cynthia. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's where we can kick every Tuesday.
Everything is going
every
down.
Thursday.
They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends, Roy Anthony
every
Show.
Tuesday.
It's during the week, homie. The Roy
every
Anthony
Thursday.
Show. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Come on and get a
Tap in
before we gotta
tap
go.
in.
What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show.
Do you want that real stand-up comedy? Then watch Roy Anthony's weekly stand-up comedy show featuring comedians from all over the country, seasoned comics, up-and-coming comics, performing live in Los Angeles, produced by Roy Anthony, Where's My Grill, Big Hank, Long Beach Players, promoted by Navigator, Media One. Come on, USA, let's get our laugh on. What it do, what it do, what it do. Once again, this is Roy Anthony. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show podcast, along with my co-stars, Big Hank Norman, Miss Cynthia Joy Towner. We got a special guest that popped up in this today. We got Miss Starlet Evans actually in the house today. She's coming through the audio and stuff, but we cool. We love to hear her commentary on some things. Before I bring her in, though, I like to give out our credits. Where credits is due. The WO Entertainment, which was created by our military veterans that made up a podcast, and they called it the WO Entertainment. And the head producer that got everything going brought myself in. This is our 10th season. Me and Big Hank, along with Cynthia Joy, this is our 10th season. Matter of fact, around the 8th week into the 10th season, right? And so we want to just say, we want to appreciate that. And so the top producer, Richie King, AKA Redneck Pimp, along with the co-creator Goose. Then we have our social producers, Blue Phoenix, Ethan Daly, our good friends, we always call them out, BB Nation. That's Backwood Veterans based out of Oregon. And my man surrounded with Carl Lewis, J Dub, you know, all the cats and stuff for real. Can't wait for them to come back with that. Hump Day Wednesdays, you remember. So then we got the Long Beach All-Stars, which is Long Beach, Linwood, Compton, and Watts come together, veterans, non-veterans. Then we had the whole WO Entertainment family, and then our own personal family, friends, associates, and those who don't even like us. Want to give a shout out to you. This is September the 17th, 2024. That's right. And I've been wanting, you know, me, I like to, you know, touch upon subjects that I don't, that a lot of the people don't really like to deal with. And I was laughing. I want to play this again. I was laughing about this senator that was mad about all the attention to former President Donald Trump. I want to play this guy again. Check this out.
Come out here all the damn time. Come out here at the last second, and I gotta try to figure out how to vote for my people. How ashamed of you should be. You should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm sick of it. Every year we give power to one person. It was not made that way in the Constitution. He was around when it was written. Now we passed rules that stop each one of us. Enough! I feel like somebody trying to be released from Egypt. Let my people go! My God! being forced down our throats. Folks, we live in a democracy. Come out here all the damn time. Come out here to the last.
I'm sorry. That man was so emotional about what's going on with the Republican Party and stuff. And I wanted to touch upon the subject today. Oh, well, what's up, man? I got some comments in already. My man, just me. He said, "Sup, y'all? Day 39, still kicking ass." That's right, boy. And he said he's not wrong. I'd be pissed too. And you know what he's talking about? He's talking about former President Donald Trump. That's a Republican senator. And I even felt that the Republicans hasn't groomed anybody and stuff to replace. It's like everything's focused around former President Donald Trump and some of the things that is going on. Now, remember, I showed that I'm a non-affiliated. I can be swayed. I have voted Republican. I have voted Democrat. No one can coerce me. I go by what I see as facts, because sometimes when I hear politics, to me, it just seems like a lot of lies is going to be pushed. Who can tell the most convincing and make it be where it's not a lie? He said, no, he's talking about Congress tying the hands of congressmen. Now, when I looked this up, no, he is actually talking about former President Donald Trump, bruh. When I got the clip, that's why he said we focused around one guy. And that's what he was talking about, former President Donald Trump, and some of the things that's going on is making it hard. And that some of the senators there in the Senate seems to be scared of former President Donald Trump. And I was even laughing because Senator Marjorie Greene, she even toned down her rhetoricness sometimes because of what's been going on, especially with former President Donald Trump hanging around with this conspiracy theorist lady and stuff, and a lot of racial intentions. Now, why I'm bringing this subject up today is about immigration. And as you heard, and I wasn't going to show the picture what sparked this, but propaganda now is differently in modern day than when it was in no computers and cell phones where the public can scrutinize and put comments up. I've been in situations where we actually put somebody in a we was learning art and doing art with the systems, and we actually putting someone's image into a room so it can make it seem like they was actually there. You know, we call that, you know, faking. A lot of people do that today. Now, one of the things though about immigration here lately is that they've been talking a lot about the Haitians and how the Haitians is eating cats and dogs. They brought that, and that's such a foul rumor because Haitians didn't eat cats and dogs in Haiti. They eat the same stuff, if anything, fried chicken, fish, and stuff like that. Now, if they would have been talking about Chinese people, I could I could see that, but not, you know. So then one of the negatives is that they don't want to talk about is that the Haitians in Springfield, Ohio, has actually been uplifting situation. They're saying that, and he said in geese in the Saturday True, and I knew they was gonna say that because I found the picture. Well, I dug into it, and it wasn't that. Okay, they don't even know if the guy was Haitian, and that's one of the points that I'm gonna bring up about the racial epitones that just being put out. But the picture was a guy walking with two of the geese down the public sidewalk. And that picture, and we all know a picture tells more than 1,000 words. but the words got to be truthful and factual, not something for propaganda. The conspiracy theory lady that's been hanging with former President Donald Trump um, stated this to him. And the picture, what they showed is that there is a black guy walking with two geese in his hand. But what they don't know, what happened was is that if anybody been around a lot of geese, there's a lot of geese in Kansas City, and I lie to you not. They can fly, but sometimes they prefer to walk across the street in a line. And you are not supposed to drive over them. And he said at least he was walking and not driving, killing kids on a school bus. That's a good point, just me. But I'm gonna show this. This is what happened. A car hit two geese, and the two geese was all in the street. This guy is being a good Samaritan because he's not even driving. They said that he was getting the two birds out of the street. They got hit by a car. He was carrying them to take them to a dumpster and stuff. He was going to get rid of them. And he said, just me, the geese are mean AF, especially when they are nested. Man, look here, I done had to sit trying to rush somewhere, and the geese are taking their time walking across the street. And you have to wait for them because it's against the law to hurt them. Well, in this iconic picture is that it's a Haitian guy walking with two geese down the sidewalk. Now they making it seem like, oh yeah, got me some free birds. Yeah, I got better living in America. Look, they got these free birds, geese, they were just everywhere. That man wasn't there, and they don't even know if he was Haitian. He just happened to be in Springfield, Ohio. But let me tell you something. How we know we found out that it's a lie. Um, Former President Donald Trump's running mate, his name is J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance actually admitted yesterday that yes, they be telling lies to try to bring attention to them so that they can work with the American people's real problems. I said, what? Hear me out. This is what he said. We do make up lies to get attention so that way we can get the people's attention so that we can discuss the real people's problems. Just me said Canadian geese aren't protected in Ohio. Oh, okay. But what the thing though is that they put these, and this is racial epitones. Haitians look like me. They are dark skinned. People from Honduras and El Salvador all look like Mexicans. Look, Latinos. We look like Mexicans. I'm from Los Angeles, but I was in Florida, and I run into two Latinos in the store, and so I was like, "Hey, hola, amigo," and they were like, "Hey, hi." And I was like, "Glad to see other people from the West Coast down this way." He said, "We're not from the West Coast. We're from El Salvador," or something like that. I was like, "Oh," and I felt like dumb, but still, stereotyping people. And he said Haitians are a real problem in Springfield. This isn't anything new. It's been on TikTok for a month now. Well, not to compare to what the mayor and some of the city council said, that is really helping with fundings there. That's why they're accepting it, and they're here legally. That's the other thing. Let me bring in one of our guest stars. She's in here in the house. What's up, Miss Starlet Evans? How you doing? Your phone's muted. Miss Starlet Evans, how you doing? You got to unmute your phone. We're going to be patient, but you got to hit the unmute button. We can't do it. Hey, I'm going to take you down, and when you get your mute button off, then give me a thumbs up. I can see you in the background. We'll bring you back up, okay? And she let her get her mute button off. My thing to my my neighbors is that the epitones of who is illegal immigrants. That's what they've been saying. The Haitians in Springfield are there legally under a government, and Ohio accepted that. The mayor and city manager have a reason to lie. Listen to the residents. Well, some of them residents, dog, some of them don't like blacks anyway. That's just a point blank. So you'll make up these outstanding stories. All the Haitians I know, and I've known them straight from Hades, do not eat cats and dogs. They like more fish than anything. And yes, I know this as a fact. You know, I don't do theories. I don't do theories at all. Haitians, which are islands, they eat more fish than anything, for real. I know a lot of Haitians, and they eat fish. And I used to tease them because Haitians speak Spanish. A lot of them speak Spanish, just like that's their main language. I used to think they spoke French, but they speak more. They speak Spanish. No, I can't say that people in Ohio are racist. I'm saying it's the ones that put out some of the propaganda. Like me, I never will ever say just because one person look like, one of my white neighbors look like this doesn't, and he may have an appetite, don't mean that he speaks for all the other white neighbors. I always look at that. I look at that individual. Whoever's, they know that they sell this over to Trump. But one of the things though is that you can't mix it into wrong subjects. The subjects that President Donald Trump and then was debating was illegal immigrants coming into our country. That's what they say. They say there was a black guy at a meeting complaining about them. I could see that too. I mean, I never said that prejudice or racism is just for whites. Blacks do the same thing, for real. That's why I don't like Byron Donalds. I don't like him because he doesn't speak for me. And for one, I'm American. Two, I'm a black American. I thought the main subject from the presidency candidates was about illegal immigrants, not legal immigrants. When you bring up legal immigrants, then the epitome has to be because they are black, because they're not illegal. And so I started looking up, and I'm glad you brought that up, Just Me, because I'm not going to talk out the side of the neck. We don't do theories. Theories is an unproven fact. We deal with facts. Okay, so to make things cool, I found some facts. And I want to share this because I wasn't going to just be like, oh, wait a minute, here's one of my stars is in here. Hold up, let me bring her in right quick. What's up with you, Miss Cynthia Joy Towner?
How you doing, Sugarfoot Sweet Face? How you doing, honey bun?
Oh, I'm doing great. I cannot complain. We tried to pop in, but she couldn't get her phone unmuted or whatever, and she popped back out and stuff, But how you doing? How you doing? Looking beautiful.
Blessed by the best. Won't complain about the rest.
Going to keep your lyrics on. You got them lyrics down.
I'm good though. I'm in the building. I've been, doing my thug thizzle, out here grinding and helping people where I can and making moves, being used the way God intended.
Yes. Okay. Cool. That. It's good always to see you, beautiful queen.
Thank you.
And we was on the subject about this immigrants.
Okay.
And okay. We know that we all have been hearing about the Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio. But one of the problems is that I'm having, it's not about, okay, they trying to bring out facts that they eating cats and dogs. No, and they have a picture of a guy walking with two geese. I found out that the two geese were killed by a car and he was walking them off. He was going to take them to a dumpster, but they make it seem like he was going to eat the birds. I want to get this right quick. Starlet said, okay, guys, having a problem with my mute button. Forget it. Right now, I don't want to miss the show. Okay, cool, that. Starlet said, hi, beautiful.
What's up, Starboo? How you doing, Starlet, Sugarfoot, Sweet Face, Honey Bun?
Hey, I told her that's how you do it, because sometimes she's like, I tell people they're beautiful and they never say that back to me. Well, she just said it more than anything. And Starlet said, I'm here. He said, Vice interviewed residents of Springfield. Check it out and what they have to say. And I will, then Just Me say, here's a question. Which Springfield, Ohio are they talking about? Careful, there's like 4 or 5 of them. I don't know. I just know that the Haitian immigrants, Just Me, are legal. The subject has been about illegals coming into our country, and this is what former President Donald Trump confers to, that the illegal immigrants that's coming in here to bring drugs, to what? Oh, okay, to bring drugs. I'm like, who brought the crack in? You blame the blacks. We didn't have no planes coming from Colombia or Argentina, none of those areas.
Right.
One night, crack was in all the major neighborhoods in the United States. That sounds like a military move to me, where everything can happen overnight. I'm just being real with you. But the main subject in this debate has been dealing with illegal immigrants. To my understanding, as I did research Just Me, no matter how many Springfield or Ohio's, all the Haitians there are legal. They came through a legalness. They're not here illegally. So I started looking up stuff because he said we have a lot of Central and South Americans on Ohio too. They're illegal AF. He's saying that. Well, and okay, look, and I'm glad you said that, because it's not just Latinos, or looks like Latinos, because that's where Latinos are from Central and South America. I dug up some stuff that I'm about to share with everybody.
Okay.
They make it seem like it's the blacks and the browns that has been illegal, from Haitians to Mexicans to El Salvadorians, Hondurans. But what we never do is question the Chinese, the Europeans, and here lately, the Ukrainians. You know why they don't say something about these, Just Me? Because, all right, when I was a teenager, I remember when the Laotian nation had a problem, and they let all these Laotians come in. First thing they did, Just Me, they gave them a house, gave them a car, put them in a job, and then gave them license to be able to sell merchandise. All these swap meets, that's when swap meets start popping up big time. They was the only place where you can go to get Malcolm X paraphernalia. You remember when the Malcolm X movie came out with Denzel, why everybody was getting that Malcolm X and the African symbols and all that. They was going to the swap meets. Now, let me bring something up. Now, I'm talking about illegal aliens, not illegal aliens, say illegal immigrants. I'm gonna be right. I'm not going to talk about, I don't want to talk about immigrants that did it the right way. Just Me said, I was just in mayor's court with an immigrant from Ukraine, didn't have a license and didn't speak or read English. Now you can't become legal, Just Me. You can't even get a legalization until you learn you have to know English, and you got to learn the branches of the government. You said that, Just Me. How many people is in the House of Representatives? And I learned this from Just Me. I think he said it was 412 in the Senate and 100, he'll correct me, 120 in the House of Representatives. They have to learn this. Now, he just said he was in a court. Now, check this out. I'm glad he said that, because I always have my facts. I've studied this for the past 3 days. So I'm going to start with the Haitian immigrants. Let's start with the Haitian immigrants. Okay. The Haitian immigrants, this is what it says. I'm going to add it to the stage. This is Haitian immigrants. You see me? You see I got it up, right?
I see that.
Okay. The Haitian immigrants states migration from Haiti to the United States since the mid 20th century, which came out in 1990, gang violence, including devastating 2010 earthquake. They've been coming here for years. And so I was looking at it. They said U.S. authorities encountered Haitians at the U.S.-Mexico border approximately 53,900 times in fiscal year 2022, and more than 76,100 times in fiscal year 2023.
That's a great
But the ones that are here now, you see, they turned them back. I just want to show you the numbers. It's up. The number states that since through September 2023, 85,300 Haitian parole recipients represented the largest group of beneficiaries of this process, which is they was allowing them to come in. They said that nearly 731,000 Haitian immigrants resided in the United States in 2022. You seen that, right? Y'all seen that? Okay, now, and I knew somebody was gonna say, well, hey, because Starter said, oh wow, he said that just me said Ukraine is in war. Guatemala is not. Hold on, let me bring another story. And what's up with you, Big Hank?
Man, what's going on, Roy Anthony? What's up, Joy?
What's going on with you, bro? How you doing, Sugarfoot?
Everything good, baby. Everything good.
Man, it's good seeing you, bro.
Always a pleasure, man, getting on here, man.
Yeah.
What we on, man? What you
We on
talking
the
about?
subject about these immigrants. Now, the debate has been about illegal immigrants, but they turned towards the Haitians. But the Haitians have been now are legal immigrants through a program. You know, the state of Ohio accepted them in to Springfield. You know, when I think of Springfield, I'm always thinking about Bart Simpson and the Simpson family. But Just Me said Ukraine is in war, Guatemala is not. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. Wars, some wars is major wars, some wars is little wars. War is war when people is dying. Guatemala may not be as a big extensive war like Russia with Ukraine, because there's a lot of wars, and I would say I'm gonna bring up that there's wars that we ain't even talking about. You heard about those guys from America that went over there to Africa to take over the Congo president? Did you hear about that? And there was some white guys here that went over there thinking that they were going to do a coup over there, and now they got caught, and now they sentenced to death. They trying to appeal their situation. Just Me said my great grandparents were refugees from Croatia. Okay, cool. But they've been here.
What's up,
Hey, Big Hank, that's what Starter said. Came in. Okay, Big Hank, I just showed them the immigration about Haitians. Now, the Haitians aren't here illegally, and we got over 731,000. In 2010, Just Me, Haitian had a major earthquake that people was devastated. They had to come over. And they've been, and I have never, like I was telling them, I know a lot of Haitians, and the Haitians I know eat a lot of fish. They don't eat cats and dogs and stuff. Okay, but I went farther, Big Hank. I went farther because it's not because they talked about illegal immigrants. They brought up legal immigrants as Haitian. And I was trying to show that this is a racial epitome because it's always about South America people from Mexico, Guatemala. Now they talk about the Haitians, right? Well, I looked up some other stuff. I said, let me check out about the Mexicans, right? Okay, the Mexicans, which we know they come in deep. Let me put it up on the screen. They come in real deep. And the Mexicans, here we go, remain the largest group of immigrants in the United States, accounting for about 24% of the 45.3 million foreign-born residents in the country as of 2021. You've seen it yourself. Okay, So they make up 24% of immigrants coming over, right? And we know that a lot of them is illegal immigrants, right? I'm just getting
Mm.
around with I'm going up the color. I'm going up the color code. I just did the Haitian. They're black. They showed the black guy walking with two geese, Big Hank. Found out the geese was hit by a car and he was carrying them out the street. He was really a good Samaritan. They don't know if he's Haitian or not. I could
Right.
be Haitian if I start talking. All of
Yeah.
us compared Haitians until we start talking.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay. Now, this one right here is getting, now I went from the blacks to the browns. Now I'm gonna go to the yellows. The Chinese. Now remember, the Haitians make Latinos make up 24% of they the majority party, right? Man, look here. Did anybody know that the Chinese comes over here illegally? Check this out. While the number of Chinese immigrants in the United States peaked at almost 2.5 million in 2019,
Wow.
2.4 million in 2021. That's what I'm showing with you.
Wow.
And then some of them did come through the Mexican border. Remember, we had a show one time where I said they got other races coming through the Mexican border, and the border patrol was like, "Oh, well, okay, you come on in. Oh no, you step back."
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did. Hey man, I found something very surprising, and I ain't heard none of our politicians talk about this. Do you know who is the second biggest illegal immigration into the United States is?
Mhm.
You're not gonna believe this. I'm
What,
gonna
like
put it on
British?
the screen myself. I'm gonna put it on the
Go.
screen. Put it right to the screen. What it says?
European immigrants.
Those are the ones from England and all that. I'm showing you. Europe has been a major source of North American immigration and population growth for more than 5 centuries. They said, whereas in 1960, Europeans constituted 75% of all U.S. immigrants, their share fell to 22% by 1990. Europeans comprised 10% or slightly more than 4.7 million of the 46.2 million immigrants living in the United States in 2022. You're looking at it. U.S. Census Europeans represent the third largest region origin immigrant group after those from the Americas, 52%, and Asia, 31%.
I'm not surprised.
You seen that, right?
I seen it.
Now, I'm glad that Just Me brought up about that Ukraine was in war. Okay, I thought Ukrainians who actually lived in America was going to Ukraine to help with the war, right? But some of them ran from the war and came over here illegally. Like he just said, here's what's his name? Just Me said, I was just in a marriage court with an immigrant from Ukraine, didn't have a license and didn't speak or read English. That's illegal. Because for you to become legal, you got to learn some parts of English. You got to learn the forms of the U.S. government just to have a green card or be a legal citizen. Because ICE was that ICE for the Latinos. I'm in Long Beach. I seen the ICE coming out, and I didn't know who these guys was. They seen a Latino dude walking by, and they spoke to him, and he said, "No English." They said, "You under arrest." I said, "Whoa, is that how they do it? If you don't know how to speak?" So I started seeing the Latino families making sure that they teach their loved ones how to say, "Hey, how you doing?" or stuff like that, because you're looking at being deported. But this one got me, Big Hank, and Miss Cynthia Joy. This is the last one. I seen this about the Ukrainians. You see it yourself. 271,000 Ukrainian refugees since Russian invasion.
Wow.
For Biden's goal of 100,000. He wanted to just bring 100,000. 271,000 illegal immigrants from Ukraine.
That's crazy.
I'm reading it right here. I ain't heard that report about them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. It's like she had some butt. More than 271,000 Ukrainian refugees has been admitted to the United States since the Russian invasion of the Ukraine began 1 year ago. 1 year ago, according to the Department of Homeland Security, far above President Joe Biden's stated goal of admitting 100,000. Just over 2/5 or more than 117,000 of those who were admitted came via the Biden administration Uniting for Ukraine program. About 150,000 Ukrainians came to the U.S. outside of the program. You seeing it? Some through the traditional refugee program and others by crossing U.S.-Mexican border prior to the program launching last April. You see it? Remember I said that they was letting people come through the Mexican border, and some of them, they say the Mexicans, you step back, and the others, they told them, come on in. The facts is right there. That's the U.S. Bureau, the government U.S. Bureau of Census Bureau. We ain't talking about these guys. Yeah. And guess what? What I found, Ukrainians didn't like blacks over in Ukraine. And that's why when the war started, they told blacks to get off. They put people's kids off the bus and trains because the bombs. Parents was mad. He said, oh, okay, what I missed? My buddy stopped by. Oh, yeah, man. It's just that we just showed that over 170,000 Ukrainians and came over here illegally through the Mexican border.
Right.
They telling you at the point. I said this 3 or 4 weeks ago.
And the Europeans is the third largest immigrants.
The
second largest immigrant population.
Never question about them.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, they used to say, white is right, yellow's mellow, brown get down, but black you get back. At the Mexican border, well, all this fanfare, you got Latinos asking, where's my kids? You got Latinos asking why I can't come in, but this guy who looks like Earl Flynn can come in.
Right.
But our politics was talking about the border. A lot of our neighbors think that the border is just dealing with Mexicans. And Latinos coming from the border. But did you know that Chinese, Africans, Europeans, Ukrainians have came through the Mexican border? When I seen this thing, I said, oh, wow. They wouldn't let me download the video, and I've been getting a lot of flags and stuff. So I just been like, let me just bring up the theories that I said. They telling them, oh, no. He said, and how many other nationalities are coming across the border unchecked? That's the point we were saying. They telling, look here, man. Former President Donald Trump has a picture with a group of black people and telling the women, he was going to the women, and he said, if you don't vote for me, these animals will attack you and your daughter. That's what he said. Go try to sneak into China or North Korea. You ain't sneaking. No, I ain't trying to sneak nowhere. If I can't come in the front door, because our history of going through the back door is over with since the Jim Crow laws. I don't go in the back door. I come in the front. If I can't come in the front, I'm not coming in at all. Guess who's up? Hey man, guess who I got a surprise in here, Big Hank?
What's that?
In the door, he just popped up in the house. What's up there, Pastor Thomas Sims?
Hey,
hello, I'm here. Hello.
What's up with you, Pastor?
All right. How's everybody?
All right.
Doing good.
Pretty good.
Doing good.
Amen. Good.
You know, Big Hank.
Yes.
Good to see you, Pastor.
All right. Good to see you guys.
Always a pleasure.
This is our beautiful queen, Miss Cynthia Joy Towner. Cynthia, this is Pastor Thomas Sims.
Nice to meet you, Pastor Thomas. How
Nice
you
to
doing?
meet you, Cynthia. All right. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good.
Blessed by the best, not complaining about the rest.
Well,
She
amen.
use that lyric again. That's
all
part
right.
of her rap song is about to be it's gonna go platinum too, because I'm sure it's gonna make sure it'll be the third rap album I buy in my life.
All right.
He said a country without borders and rules of law will eat itself from within. Well, Pastor, what we getting on? That's one of our people, our good brothers who commented. We're talking about immigration.
Okay.
And we just had different facts. And we know that the presidential, one of the debates that showed that they talked about illegal immigrants. So Haitians came up in Springfield.
Yes.
But the thing about the Haitians bringing them up was that the subject was illegal immigrants. The Haitians in Springfield are legal immigrants.
I caught that this morning. Yes, they are all legal immigrants.
Legal immigrants. But the Ukrainians that came through the Mexican border, and I said this about 3 or 4 weeks ago, the Mexican border was stopping the Latinos from coming in, but was letting in Chinese, Africans, and Ukrainians. When the invasion of Russia
and
Europeans.
Yes.
They ain't said none of that. If you look like Earl Flynn, come on in.
Come on in.
Like Chico Chavez, you gotta get back.
Right.
Now, when we hear illegal immigrants, what is most of our public thinking about? When you hear illegal immigrants coming from the Mexican border, you thinking Latino, Spanish-speaking people.
Yeah.
You know, here Just Me says, so you support a closed southern border then? No, I say, if you're illegal and your paperwork is in, don't say, okay, you Ukrainians stand here. You look like us. Because that's what the Europeans did to us in the colonization of the United States of America.
Right.
Look, all whites wasn't from Britain. Britain was considered an elite white group, an elite group. They didn't call themselves white. They called themselves Britons. In the 1660, when the Jamaican Revolution, the whites, the Asians, and the blacks stayed in the compounds together, and they revolted against the Britons. British said, you know what? We got to separate them. And they made a color code wheel. I lie to you not. They said, let's call the ones that look like us whites. That's why the race, the white wasn't determined until 1661 after the Jamaican Revolution.
Okay.
They had the blacks. Asians was back there. You know, I found out Asians was with us all the way back through the slavery. They called them yellow, and the Native Americans, they called them red, and those who look like Chico Chavez, they called them brown. They said, we're going to take the whites and back up our military with their laws. And I tell people to look it up. The first 2 laws of the United States of America was black man can't have a white wife, and black men can't own property or business, or have property or aggravate into a farm. That was the first laws, because the whites who made that up was looking like Benjamin Franklin. They couldn't get no sex. That was the biggest thing that was saying in the compound. The white women and the African women and the Asian women, like the blacks and the white guys that look like John Wayne. They didn't mess with the ones with the petticoats and all that. The little sensitive guys, you know, like Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah.
You know you ain't getting none when you going out there in the middle of a storm with a kite and stuff and let electricity hit it. You know, you're not really having a relationship. and Pastor, I mean, what you hear when you hear about this immigration? What?
Racism. The bottom line is straight out racism from a presidential candidate that is actually trying to get his base all fired up. He's not looking for new votes. He's just trying to get his base fired up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the comments says if you're legal, you come through the ports of entry. If you're illegal, you have to sneak in.
Yes.
Then he said they found bodies in Benjamin Franklin's basement. I wouldn't be surprised about that. He was Dahmer. He was trying to do Frankenstein. He was trying to create a monster. For real. That's why he was checking the electricity. He said he disagreed. He disagreed with your statement, Pastor.
What's that?
About the racial parts.
Oh, you don't think Trump is racial?
Well, that was a comment.
That was a comment.
Yeah, let me get you straight. I'm a free American. I'm not affiliated with Republicans or the Democrats. Matter of fact, I don't like neither party, but I am going to vote. I did show my voting status. It showed all the times I voted. I brought that up last week. I really don't like none of the candidates because as a citizen of California, I have been against Vice President Kamala Harris since 2008, and actually got more when Oscar Grant got murdered in 2009, and she pushed the case from San Francisco to Los Angeles. Okay. But people can repent. That's what it's about. We always can ask for forgiveness and move on. But yet she has not exonerated 1,500 black men and Latinos for just having minor marijuana cases. That's and then I see Trump, former President Donald Trump, who is a convicted felonist. Yes, he has some racial overtones, but I've been seeing a lot of blacks. Byron Donaldson seems like he's more against blacks than any white person. He said that black families got better during the Jim Crow laws. That's what he said.
Wow.
How do I explain to my kids we got to go in the back to eat?
Yeah.
We got to get off the sidewalk. I told my kids to look people in the eye. You couldn't look whites in the eye without getting reprimanded.
Yes.
So we know what kind of black guy he is. If he's standing up for that, man, we know what kind of black guy he is.
Dawson, I thought that was very bad. Just like the black dude who wrote the laws for DeSantis about disqualifying all black history out.
Yeah.
Now we have my white neighbors. No, I call my family. I don't even like using the code characteristics, but sometimes we grow up differently. We deal with problems with the police way differently. I seen Charles Barkley. I was really ashamed of Charles Barkley because he tried to bring up about the golfer who got detained, compared that to what happened with the black football player for Miami.
Oh no.
Hill. Now, Mr. Barkley, I want to tell you this. When the white golfer got stopped, he got stopped and they helped, but they didn't throw him to the ground. They sure didn't put his knee in his back to make sure the handcuffs. They sure didn't force him down when he said, I got a surgically repaired knee. Sit down. And then I found out that this guy who did Hill like that, he had a whole bunch of situations.
That's what he did.
Just me said everyone loved Trump before he ran against Hillary Clinton.
Everybody don't love Trump. Sorry. Everybody don't love Trump.
Never loved Trump.
Everybody don't love Trump.
Just to say that everybody don't love Trump.
Everybody don't love Trump.
I never watched the show, but I would see the things where he's like, "You were fired," and I was like, that dude fired anybody. That's the only thing I looked at. But we did not like him.
I never.
Remember. We're not in the never confrontation. Our show is about.
Don't be like that, just me.
Yeah. Keep shaking your head, man. Keep shaking your head.
I want to have too, but I got to be the moderator, right? I want to
shaking your head
too, because our show is based on Pastor that it is not a confrontation; it's a conversation.
Yeah.
Amen.
And the only way we can learn for how we feel is we come on a podcast to talk about it. We may not have the major viewers because we're not showing breasts and women's booties clapping and all that stuff. We try to hit on subjects that benefit all of us. And you can hear it from me. You can hear it from Big Hank, Cynthia Joy. Starlet said, ha, 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 she's laughing.
All right.
Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, hell, he was on Oprah multiple times. I mean, just because the people you just named out, only one I really deal with is Al Sharpton. That's here lately. When I was younger and he was big with the perm, I was like, oh, here come this man again. I kind of lost respect when Jesse Jackson said they should cut President Barack Obama's balls off. I was like, oh man, that's kind of deep. I kind of distanced myself on that. I thought we was about Rainbow Coalition. Now you talk about cutting people's scrollers off. See, you know, I ain't into that.
Right.
We can have a deep conversation, but leave my nuts out of it. For real, Pat. And so my thing is, here's 4 blacks. Everybody on here is prestigious, believe in God, deeply believe in God for real. And we're just telling you from our standpoint. Not saying we politically right. Mike took Barrack's balls for his own. Mike took Barack's balls for his own. Okay. Hey.
Who is Mike?
Yeah,
Mike.
I know Mike was here explaining. But see, what they don't understand is that I see the undertones, and all of us just did. Pastor, you said racist. When we're talking about illegal immigrants, but it shifts into legal immigrants because they're Haitians, and the Haitians is eating dogs and cats.
Right.
And what's the trip, sir, is that where was Peter? Peter ain't said nothing. Peter took a man who was a professional football player to jail over dog fighting in his backyard. And that's just a hypocritical group. That's one of my, I cannot stand Peter. I cannot. Look here, they never said nothing to some of their people, sponsors wearing leather jackets. I thought you was about the cruelty of animals. I looked at their dinner. They was having a dinner, and you had a choice of picking if you wanted Salisbury steak or you wanted roast beef. So a lady tried to hit a black dude up about, came to blacks. It was a white lady on Peter, and she said, think about that chicken, when next piece of chicken you eating, think about the family. That's what this lady said from Peter. The brother retorted, that's why I get a bucket so I don't leave nobody behind. I need them 2 legs, them 2 thighs, that breast, and the wings. He said, why isn't Peter supporting Trump? Because Trump, former President Donald Trump is into hunting. He don't care about no Peter. Peter about that money.
Right.
How you gonna be a Peter, have a Peter dinner, and you serving steak and roast beef?
Right.
Hey, Pastor. Hey, Cynthia, a guy come to me talking about save the trees, and he handed me a pamphlet. I'm like, saving the trees? And you know what he said? What do you mean? I said, well, paper's made from trees. Who heard of that? This is how he acted. Who's heard it? And the lady who was working with, she said, you need to shut your mouth.
Yeah, because he's right. He's right.
He had me a pamphlet talking about save the trees. I said, shouldn't you be practicing what you preach?
Right.
Well, what is that? I said, well, this paper is made from trees. Are you crazy? He's all that. And then the lady working with shut your mouth. You know, he's right. He said Trump is the only president ever to be against people eating pets. They should support him. Man, then we getting rid of all the Asian folks. Because that's a true fact. And I had some Asian friends tell me you don't see dogs and cats running around China. That's what they told me. Just like when I was in Ensenada, Mexico, and I got me a carne asada taco, and when I was eating my taco, another Latino dude said, "Hey man, you think you eating beef?" I said, "Yeah, it's carne asada." He said, "Where you show me any cows around here?" I got mad at him because the taco was tasting good, but now you trying to mess up my get downs.
What you do? Hey, what you do? Throw your taco at him? Did you throw your taco at him?
I couldn't do it. You know what I did? I said an extra prayer, Big Hank.
And kept on eating.
Kept eating. Because hard times to make a monkey eat red peppers. That's all I was told. Why you think we eat chitlins and stuff? We was given one pig to last us 6 months. You can't throw nothing away.
Right.
You got to eat the ears, the snouts. You grind the toenails down and make jello.
Hey, I don't still eat no chitlins. I'm sorry.
Well, that's because you got sophisticated. I eat them once a year in the honor of my grandparents. I do. I eat. Everybody know I eat 1 year. I'm not trying to live off no guts and intestines, but I'm just letting you know, as an honor of my grandparents. And the only thing I won't do is honor my grandfather because he was so poor they ate blackbirds. I'm like, Papa, I ain't gonna go that deep.
It was
and
real.
Look, he said, true. He said, I've been to China. There's no dogs and cats in China. Because what we find as a domestic animal pet is okay, we eat cows. We eat hamburgers like a mug, barbecue ribs. Over in India, they don't eat cows. They said they sacred.
Right.
And just me said, I'm white and I like chitlins. And he called them right too, because usually my white neighbors call them chitterlings. And I'll be like,
right.
chitterling.
What the hell is a chitterling? What's a chitterling?
Once I found out what chitlins was,
that's what Ross Stores them call it. They call them chitterlings.
I'm like, hog mogs. When I found out what a hog mog was, I was like, no, thank you. I didn't want it no more.
I'm with you, Cynthia. I'm with you.
I had to eat them once a year because we done got sophisticated.
Well, I still eat turkey. I eat neck bones, so I'm still honoring my ancestors.
Well, neck bones that should be a regular delicatessen. It's cheaper food too. You can cook them real well. I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't never heard of this. Have anybody ever heard of eating chicken feet and chicken lips?
I've seen them before, but I won't. I've seen them cook before, but I won't do it.
Yeah, chicken feet and chicken lips. That's what they call it.
But how can you eat? If I recall a chicken, they lips ain't like.
That's what I'm saying. You must be like, it's like trying to eat some crawfish. When you pop the thing, you only get a little piece of meat out that mud, right? You got to eat 100 crawfishes to get full. Chicken lips and chicken feet.
I heard the chicken feet, but I never.
You got to be doing real bad then, because you got to be doing real bad. I can't get no chicken legs or chicken wings. Give me some chicken lips and feet.
Well, I believe some were raised up on that, so they're honoring their ancestors and their heritage also.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's all about that. Somebody explained to me. I go to the grocery store. Chicken legs is $5 for 8 and 10 in a pack. But the chicken wings, 8 in a pack, was $17 and $18.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, somebody needs to. I'm trying to make drum legs be the thing. Get these zesty
I was thinking the same thing, not about necessarily the price, but I was just like, I don't really see that many of these animals that we just be in the grocery store buying up. It ain't a lot of those. Nowhere, because you know how things work. But you know, they upcharge everything, and it's because I don't know, everybody love a wing. So every time you love something, it's more money, you know?
It's a demand. It's definitely the demand.
Yeah, we gotta make them. But you know what I think though is, I've heard people complain about prices. I heard people groceries and all that. But I always go back to where David said in the Bible, I was young and now I'm old, and I've never seen the righteous forsaken or their seed begging for bread.
You ain't. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. when we go through recessions and things like that, God's people don't usually experience it. We don't have to start stretching our dollar or start putting
Yes.
stuff. You know what I mean? Because God gonna provide for His
Yeah.
own. He always do. He always has, and He always will.
Man,
We don't have to start penny pitching and doing all that kind of stuff because God got it.
you
Right.
so right, Big Hank.
Yes,
You
sir.
so
Right.
right. It was
Yes, sir.
times, man. I'm up here talking about taxes going up. Just me said they used to have penny
Right.
wing night. Now it's $10 wing night.
Penny
Yeah,
wing night.
yeah. Hey,
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you something. Big Hank is so true because I was having a lot of funds, but I was complaining taxes and I can't afford this and afford that. But as soon as I start getting in line with paying my tithing, I have not been broke and haven't been hungry since.
Yes, sir.
I have to be
Yes,
real.
sir.
We lost Pastor for a second. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I have to admit, I have not been hungry. I could never believe how I had funds in my pocket and be
Right.
hungry, and I'm taking care of everything except for God, His part. And y'all seen when I went through that transition, and I lie you not, I have not looked back. I don't have to go to
Amen.
Big Hank's deep freezer and get some sound and everything. Real. I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
Yes, sir.
And while we bringing these subjects up, y'all, please don't look into the propaganda. All people is deserving to be free and to live, no matter where. We like visiting their countries, and we want the best benefits for us and everything. And so it doesn't hurt me. And so when these people, when they say immigrants is bringing violence in, you can't ask my family that because we have violence within here, within. It wasn't no foreigners. Our family members went out and fought other foreigners in their countries, and we won. Um, WO just came in big. That's my man, Richard King, Redneck Pimp. He said, "CEO, good to hear from
What's
you,
up?
bro."
What's
What's
Hey,
up,
up,
man,
Richie?
Richie?
we down to the last hour. Miss Cynthia Joy, beautiful queen. Give us the last comments.
Last comments is love everybody. We are all made of one. And when you're down there's nowhere else to go but up. Trust the process, believe in you, and love yourself more than anybody else can. And God got you in His hands, baby.
Righteous, righteous, righteous. Big
Yes,
Hank.
sir. Hey, man. Let me tell you what I do know is that we are living in the last day. Uh, uh, just know that in the last days, it's Jude. I want to say Jude 18 and 19. In the last days, there will be mockers and those that run after their own ungodly lust. That's the times we're in right now where they mock God and they run after their own ungodly lust.
Mm,
That's the times we're in right now, man. It's right there in Jude. Jude ain't but one book. He ain't but one chapter. Jude 18, he says, in the last days there will be mockers and those that run after their own ungodly lust. We are living in those days right
yeah.
now. Yes,
And
sir.
don't, yes, you're
Yes,
absolutely right, Big Hank. And I'm gonna tell everybody, please check out Big Hank. He ain't just putting out no scripture just for the moment.
yeah.
Every Wednesday at
Yes,
12
sir.
p.m. You can catch it on Facebook. That's 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think it's only 30 minutes, or was it an hour, Big Hank?
Close to 30 minutes. It's 30
30.
minutes. Yes,
I lie to you not. I watched it last Wednesday,
sir.
and I thought he was gonna come in on that Thursday, but he had to take care of some crap. Look, it was about when they was coming from Mark, which is one of my favorite chapter, Mark 5th chapter, but they was coming from Mark um um um
Mark.
8,
Yep.
9, and 10.
Yep.
And the verses was between 32 to 34.
30,
Now,
32 to 36. Yeah.
why these was important, because this is when Jesus first told the disciples, I will be killed, but I'm gonna
And I'm
raise up
coming
3
back.
days later.
Right.
Peter got mad at him and kind of like pulled him aside, like, man, who, you know what I'm saying? And they explained that.
And
But what got me the most,
Jesus rebuked him, told him
yeah,
to get back, yeah, because you don't know
yeah,
what spirit you're of. Yeah,
yeah,
you're not of the right spirit right now, man. You got to get into
yeah.
the right spirit.
Then when he
He
said
told
it
him on
the
3
second
different occasions.
time, he said the second time the disciples didn't want to say nothing, and he asked him, "What you talking about?" Knowing that he's like, "We ain't talking about nothing." He said, "I know everything you said. Now, you remember I seen one of y'all sleeping under a tree, what you was dreaming about. So you know I know what you're talking about."
You know what you're
But it's
talking
the
about.
third one. What got me, and this stuck in my head, and I couldn't wait till I talked to a big Hank, but I wanted to tell him face to face, look, it's the third time he told his disciples. When Jesus walked with his disciples, they were all around him, almost like security for him too.
Yeah.
But on this third time, and this is when he's known because they're about to have the revolt, the occupy of the city. And when you mess with them Jewish people's money, they was ready to kill them now. And one of the Jewish laws is that they're never supposed to hold court at night. But this particular night they did at Cephesus' house, and like 75 of the top Jewish people came. But Jesus was walking in front of them, walking hard. And they're like, what the world is he doing? And he turned and looked at me and said, I will be killed. I'm raised 3 days later. And now, anybody who's facing death, especially for something you believe in, that's a hard step. I don't care what human you are. That's a hard step. Jesus he's God, but he's in the flesh, and he got to do this, but it's not like he's being obedient, but it's not like you like it.
You're right. He know everything, so he know how much pain it's gonna be. He know how much it's gonna hurt. He know everything, man. Come on,
I didn't
man.
even think of it like that, Big Hank. That's deep.
Come on, man. He know exactly what. That's why when he went to pray to his father, I think he did it 3 times one night. He said, Lord, please, if it's any way you could take this away from me, please take it away from me. But nevertheless, let your will be done.
Yes.
But he asked his father, he said, man, can you please take this away from me?
Yeah. And you know what? Yeah. There's an old song, and it started coming to me. I don't know why he did it, but I'm so glad he did. You know, because we wouldn't
be able to be saved if Jesus didn't go on the cross, man. It wouldn't be no reason to be saved if he didn't go. If he went to the cross, died, and never got up again, it wouldn't be no reason for it. But he got up. That's the one. He got up, man.
And that's why I want to say to everybody, look, my last thing is God is closer to you in your own mouth. We just a podcast and stating our views, but God is closer to you than your own mouth. Trust me, because like Big Hank said, we are living in a day where they mocking God and lustful stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I just want everybody to understand, because like if I've done anything to anybody through this whole worldwide, please forgive me. And so. And so I can ask my Lord to forgive. I forgive everybody too. Anybody who's done something to me, I forgive you, because I don't hold that. Because God said, if you have aught with anybody, to forgive them, so God can forgive you, and you can ask them for anything. And so we want to thank Pastor Thomas Sims for popping in out of his busy day. I knew he does a lot of work and stuff. Miss Starlet Evans had popped up for a minute, but she had some problems with her. She couldn't get her phone unmuted.
Okay.
We want to tell her thank you. We want to tell you, just me, got love for you, bro. We may not agree on certain things, but doesn't stop me from loving you. And I feel that you love and respect us, bro.
And we don't have to agree on everything, man. As long as you respect one another's opinions and everyone's rights, we good.
Yeah, I really don't know about this last comment though, Big Hank.
Right, I was laughing.
Hey man, I just want everybody to do use your vote, do pray, but give God it first. Trust me. Hey man, he said exactly. Great show. Love y'all, man. For real, bro.
Love you too, man. Love you too, bro.
And we'll see y'all Thursday. We're gonna probably tackle the same subject. Just want to show some underlines and stuff. Do use your vote. You are an American citizen. Don't let somebody tell you you're wasting your vote. It ain't make no sense to vote. Don't listen to none of that. This is your America.
Yes, sir. Hey, did y'all see JD Vance say he would make up stories, whatever he had to do? He'd make up stories.
I brought that up, Big Hank. Look here. He make up stories to lie and stuff just so to get the people's attention, so that way they can tell them the real problem. Oh, one side note though, P. Diddy got arrested last night.
Who? Oh yeah, P. Diddy.
Yeah, he got arrested last night. I've been getting information, and I didn't know if it was theories and stuff, because theories is an unproven fact. But I was getting told that they was building up major evidence towards him, and there's other people that may be involved, and we can't even use a reverend's name. He got a hush thing right now on everybody on social media bringing up his name. I'm gonna just say it rhymes with ST takes.
Right, it rhymes with Frosted Flakes.
Just me said, I don't care who you are, vote as long as you are educated and get out and vote. That part. But man, Big Hank, God bless y'all, man. I love y'all so much. Pray, and pray.
And pray some more. Cynthia Joy, I love you. Hey, I seen you on the is it Mosey on the comedy dude from Denver.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? Moni?
Yeah,
what's his name? Moni. Yeah.
You went by Juicy J, right?
Yeah, I got that coming up this weekend.
But I thought that was somebody else. That looked like a different picture.
Oh, I ain't on the actual picture, just my name. The lady you see, her name is Boomerang.
Your name is Juicy Joy on there, but it wasn't her picture though.
Yeah, I seen Juicy Joy, but I said this ain't Joy.
No, that was Boomerang.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm proud of you on that one.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm out here grinding, man. You're gonna see me a little bit of hit, a little bit of that, but I'm always inspiring and putting some good energy out there.
And when you see Moni, tell him Big Hank said what's up.
Bet.
Yep.
I got you, baby.
Hey man, I love y'all.
Love you too, man.
Good. Love you too.
See y'all Thursday morning. God bless.
All right, see y'all Thursday.
Welcome to the Roy Anthony every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in. Is this thing on? Can you hear me?